Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a windy homestead in the desert again. Even the pigeons are grounded. Yeah, 30 miles an hour all day. Ridiculous. Just really ridiculous. Only 4 days out of April so far that haven't had winds. 4 days. And that was just during the day, because they came up during the night, and it wasn't 4 days in a row. It was 4 separate days, spaced out with 4 or 5 or 6 windy days in between. So just totally ridiculous. Hard to get anything done. And it's cold, so there's a wind chill. And, getting up to 40 degrees in the morning, just not making it for me. It's really not making it. This is a weird weather year. I guess they're all trying to get as much weather control flights in as they can before it gets shut down. So anyway, I came out here and worked in the shop a little bit today, and I'm going to definitely work on this little area right here tomorrow. But one of the things that I had to do today was I turned my saw around, because I had to go around the backside before to cut anything. And I had to step across all this stuff, to step over it to get behind there, just to cut one board. So I changed it around and set it up this way so that I could more easily access it. And this thing doesn't stick out here in the aisle where I got to walk through all the time, so I'm not banging myself on it. So the other thing was I changed my blade. This was a new blade that I had put on a while back, but I took it off because I was doing some cabinet work, and I used a really heavy duty blade with chisel type teeth on it instead of these offset carbides. It gives me a smoother cut when I'm doing cabinetry. So anyway, I took these off. I cleaned all the dirt, the sawdust and stuff that was underneath there. I cleaned all the sawdust out of all the little crevices on this thing, and it's just working just beautifully now. Nice, even, slow glide, and everything swings real easy. So it's ready to go for my next little project. So I got that done, and I still got my screw gun out here. So let me put that back up here in the rack where it belongs. And the drill's in the container over there because I was using it. But yeah, got things cleaned up, and I got my rocks all put together here. And speaking of rocks, I want to show you this. This is pretty cool. So you remember I mentioned I've got a bunch of ore samples out here, rocks that I need to crush up and stuff. And I got this big can full of stuff. And you can see it's interesting looking stuff, It's full of sulfides. And got some nice looking red on there, so interesting. So as I was going through all of this, I came across this one rock that I broke out of the same area, and I looked at it and I said, well, there's some quartz in there, and there's a red line running through it right there, and then there's black all around and some oranges on this side. It's got all the right colors to it, and I said, that's pretty cool. So of course I keep a magnet here, and look at this. Yeah, look at that. That thing is solid iron. Really, solid iron. So that would be an interesting one to crush up because it's got some cracks in it and that stuff, and that's gold to settle into places like that. And that's a real interesting one. These others here, I checked them all out, and there's nothing on them. So I did see on this one, I see some sparkles in here. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but the reds and that stuff and the quartz in there, and then the sulfides here where it's corroding out from sitting there for all those years. And this was all actually one giant rock face or sticking out of the ground. And you can see the quartz in between here. And I started hammering at it with my pick hammer and broke all this stuff out of there. And some of them I marked here because they have gold color in these spots here, and there's cracks running through it. And I want to crush those up and check them out. But look at all of this stuff I've got. I've been looking for some flat stock here. I guess I used it all for other projects. I just can't remember what projects I used it for. But I need some flat stock so I can make a long set of tongs. So when I burn all of those quartz rocks, I need to have tongs to pull them out of the fire and drop them into that metal bucket full of water. And that softens them up so they crush real easy then. And I don't have to work overtime trying to get them things to work. So I found my long hose. I got the short hose here with this one. These little bucket units, they're pretty cool. I bought these at Home Depot, gotta be 15 years ago, right when they first came out, I guess. And I got 2 of them, and they're real handy. They snap right onto a 5-gallon or a 3-gallon plastic pail. So you can take that pail right there and take the cover off of that and just snap it onto that one. Now this is a 3-gallon, and that would be a 5-gallon. So you can fit it on different size buckets. It comes in real handy. And then you can just wrap the hose up inside and snap it together, and then just carry it by the handle. Now this is for filters, and I just put a filter on here because these are wet or dry. And pretty cool, handy tools. That's what they call them, bucket heads. Wet, dry, vac. Comes in real handy. And without the bucket, you can use it as a blower and just carry the top half of it, and then put this in the other side, and then just use it like a leaf blower, blow things off, clean it all up. So I'm going to get a lot more cleaning done in here. I've got paper here just cluttering up stuff. Got my HVLP sprayer up there. I got my Magnum house paint, what do they call those things? Tankless sprayer, airless sprayer. Haven't used that in a long time, so I got to take that apart or oil it all up, and I've got some special chemical that you put in the water and you suck it into the pump. But I'm sure it's all dried out because it's been sitting there a long time. I got the old generator from my old RV out there sitting right there, and I'm gonna mount it so that that tank works on it. I don't really have a use for it, but I'm thinking I might be able to use that as the power motor to power my ore cart with the little mule, dual wheel mule on the front of it. And if I use that motor, the only thing I have to do is hook up a generator to it so that it regenerates power from my battery. My phone is flashing saying I don't have enough light out here. Go figure. Yeah, so I've been finding a lot of my old tools and getting them sorted out and put away here, so it's getting a little bit easier to move around in here. And all of those tools in the boxes down there, my nail guns and that stuff, I'm going to get my air compressor back in here and set up the air blow nozzle on it and blow all the dust off of them, clean them up really well and oil them. And then I'm going to get those back in that container. I've got shelves against this wall on the other side for all of my power tools that go there. So, yep, got a lot to do. A lot to do. And on these days when it's windy, and a couple of places I'll post the up snapshot, a still shot of the weather station and the winds that I'm dealing with here. But yeah, got to get that stuff done while I'm got no place to go and nothing to do because of the winds. I can't go get soil because of the winds. I can't go pick up tarps and metal and electrical and all that stuff from the old grows because the wind. I can't work outside because the wind. It's just ridiculous. It's really setting me back, and I'm not liking it. Anyway, I'm going to call this one quits and get ready to go in the house. And, oh yeah, I got to leave you guys a joke, right? Got to have a joke. So anyway, I have this friend who used to always say he was a man trapped in a woman's body. And that lasted all the way up until he was born. Oh, all right. Quit laughing. This is G Bear reminding you, thumbs ups, share, comments, questions, all that stuff. Do it. Help me out, please. I can use it. This is G Bear signing off.